This is a short video on how to get your stream DP data, all your pics from IQMAPS, into BRICSCAD, into a useful format that a customer can use in some nice, easy steps. BRICSCAD, like I said, is easy to use. I'm by no means AutoCAD or BRICSCAD expert, and if I can do it, you can do it too. So we've got all our pics here. Now we just need to export them. So we go to Export, Export Features. We want to choose IDS GeoMap because this is going to create a .dat file. We collected the data with a positioning system with GPS. So we need depths relative to positioning system. We need to assign a coordinate system that the data set was collected in. So this was GA94, MGA56. And then that's basically all we do. And we hit export. Now I've already exported it, so that's why this message is coming up. But we go yes, and it's all done. All ready to be imported into BRICSCAD. Okay, now we've got BRICSCAD open. This is our IDS plugin that goes into BRICSCAD. So what we're going to do, we're going to open our .dat file that we exported from IQMAPS. Now, a couple of quick keys that are really important to know is Control Z if you want to reverse anything you've just done. It's a really good one. Control S for quickly saving. So the data's been imported. Let's have a quick look. Okay, let's delete this. So I want to bring it back, Control Z, it's back. It's your best friend. Control S, saves your work. Okay, now what we want to do is bring in our background aerial image. So we're going to insert, Map Connect. We are using Queensland Globe. This is the URL for it that you paste in here. And then we go connect. Brings up this menu. We hit this little button here. This is how big we want our map to be. Use current extents, add. While we wait for this imagery to just pop up, let's say that for some reason the imagery doesn't pop up and you get an error message. It could be because your coordinate system is wrong or your MGA zone is wrong. So we go to Location, Geographic Location, and just check that our coordinate system is correct for the imagery that we're going to use. I always like to change the time zone as well. This can be found above the Map Connect command. Okay, let's have a look at this imagery which is about to come in. Right, we've got our map here. So what we want to do is we want to bring our data to the front. So we go to here. Oh, my bad, sorry. So select the image. Center back, and our data appears in here. Right, so we can zoom in. It all looks okay. Right, now what we need to do is we have our template here. This is called paper space. This here is called model space. This is where we do our drawing. and paper space is like our display. So what we need to do is we need to create a viewport through to model space so we can see this information here. Right, so what we do is go to paper space, type in viewport, spell it right, viewport, and we draw a square where we want our viewport to be, and our data's in there. Now, in order to scroll in and out of this particular data set here, double click in model space and then you can zoom in. If you want to lock this particular view, once you've got it to where the data in the viewport where you want it, just double click outside of your template. Now it won't move. I always like to draw around my scan extents in IQMAPS just to show where you've worked. If someone, for example, was to dig a hole here and hit something, you can't be blamed for it because you can show exactly where you've worked. So I just need to change in the scan extents in my template. It's like a cyan color. So I'll do that. I always find it best to draw it in at surface level in IQMAPS, and then you export it with all your other features that you've picked. We work down here. I also, if for some reason I can't scan a particular area, I like to put a little note in there, especially if I'm doing a bit of survey around the area after I've finished my scanning. And that just lets the customer know, okay, these guys didn't scan this section. Okay, now it's time to assign a scale to the drawing. So double click in paper space, come over here to the right to where it says standard scale. This is a drop down menu. You can choose all these different options. I prefer 1:100 generally if I'm going to print in A1. So that looks pretty good. Then you can change the actual scale here to show what it's at in A1 in your template. And you can also draw a scale in here for your customer as well. It's a bit beyond this video, but there are plenty of videos on how to do it on YouTube and the BRICSCAD site. So we've got the drawing to where we want to send it to the customer. We can save it and send it as a DWG and a multitude of other different formats. But let's say we just want to send it to the customer as a PDF. We plot it to PDF, and this is how we do it. So we type in print into the command line and enter. Now we want to change this to print as PDF. We've got A1 selected. This is a drop-down menu with all different sizes and stuff, but we're going to go with A1. We're going to select window out of all these options. Select window, and then we click on this little arrow. Then we draw a square around the entire template, and this is what's going to be plotted. We then preview. So it's popped it up here, and this is what's being printed. This is our PDF. You're not done there though, that's just a preview. So then we've got to go print after that if you're happy with it. And then we just save, and it's done. and you just email that to your customer. So we've changed our line type to match our scan extents in our legend. Now we've got quite a bit of information here that we need to get rid of. It's just a bit untidy. So a quick way to do it, this gets exported with this line from IQMAPS. So we just need to get rid of this just to tidy up the drawing a bit. So we select each of these, long press right click, brings up this menu, and we want to go select similar, and then we want to right click hold and go isolate entities. Then we want to delete all of these. This is just a quick way of doing it rather than having to delete these or having to delete each of these, which would be quite annoying and time consuming. Then we right click and we go show entities, all done, nice and quick. Okay, let's say you have a drawing which is kind of too big for your template and you want to break it into sections. This is a really good way to do it. So we go up to viewports. Now I want to use 3 viewports. There's all different options. You use different amounts. 3 is good for what I want to do. So there's different options. So if we wanted to go, say, horizontal, click here, stretch it out, we get that option. I don't want to do that. I want to create 3 and I want to go below. Now what we can do, we can double click inside our viewport, just highlight the section, one section in this, and we can lock it, go to the next section. I wanted to highlight this section. Simple as that. Get it to the right scale, lock it. This would be a bit tricky. This gives the customer an idea of the overview of what we've done, this bottom one. Right, now it's time to add some text to our drawing. So this is a quick way to do it. In the command bar, write text. Indicate where you want the text to sit. Doesn't have to be perfect because we can move it later if we want. Indicate the height that you want the text to be and the orientation that you want the text to be at. Done. And then click when you're done and escape. Finished.